ST Bud. A lot of people have him as their GOAT, as their number one. Where where do you rank Bud in in your GOAT status? What number is he at? Talk to me.
Ooh, um, you know what? Um, Obviously, I have him slightly down from Floyd.
I think if they lose their next two Prem games and then go out in the FA Cup,
FA Cup, yeah, it's
I think
done.
he's done. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
he's done because Spurs fans will understand that they aren't winning the Champions League.
yeah.
So yes, the trophy hoodoo is gone, but it's like, yeah, we want to try and win the next one. So I think if he was to lose his next two Prem games and then go out of the FA Cup, I think then that he would be in serious problems because that
No,
form right there.
it's terrible. But I was gonna say hypothetically, yeah, for jokes, yeah. Imagine the scenes if Tottenham ever won that trophy, that what's it called, the Champions League. Hey, listen,
Uh,
you'd have to turn you have all Arsenal fans would have to turn off the TV, bro.
well, no, 100%, but it's never going to happen, bro. This brings me to the point of back to the manager. How are we playing three at the back with two wing backs and Cass? So that's six, well, five defensively minded players because obviously before Ahmad went, he was playing one of the wing back roles, but you still got five defensively minded players on the field and you're still conceding goals left, right, and center.
Mhm.
Now,
Spartans! What is your profession?
yes, people, another edition of Nights of the Round Table discussions where we discuss all sports all the time. Got my guy ST in the building. How are you doing, sir?
I'm all good, man. As you can see, I'm a lot better than I was last time fighting the elements. You know, the elements tried to take me down, but we're back. We're back. So,
Listen, yeah, you look a lot healthier, bro. You look a lot
yes.
healthier than last week. Last week it hit you hard, but like listen, as I said last week, it's hitting everybody. But you've made the recovery just in time, bro. People, listen, look, it's our Christmas special. We're back here. We're going to be covering a variety of different topics today. This isn't 40 chat. It's another edition of our Multisports chat. There's quite a few things that have happened over the weekend that we're going to get into. Obviously, we're going to look ahead to the upcoming games over the Christmas period. And just going to have a general chit chat. It's going to be relaxed. It's going to be cool. It's going to be a breeze. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. But as usual, before we start, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up. As I say all the time, share, share, share. We are here, and don't forget to join our social media pages as well. Links are in the description. People, as we said, Christmas is coming up. It's obviously this is pre-recorded. You'll get this on Christmas Eve. I was just saying to ST off air, as we said last year, bro. This is a moment. Obviously, it's a moment to get with the family and friends and whatnot, and unite and whatnot. But bro, you know it's all about the food, bro. You
Hmm.
know it's all about the food, bro. Sorry, I just zoned out for a second. Just,
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah. I don't worry, I get you.
bro, I'm
Especially
telling you,
from a Ghanaian and Jamaican households, the food is extra, you
bro.
know, delicious.
I cannot wait, bro.
We're gonna
I
be putting.
cannot.
You're gonna have to roll us in the next pod.
Oh,
We're gonna be.
trust me. Like I'm just thinking about it. Because I had just having a conversation again at work, and I was just like, I was talking to one of my boys,
Mhm.
and I was like Nigerian as well, which is crazy. Um, and I was like to him, oh, like breakfast and whatnot. Da, 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 da. And man's like, oh yeah, just have cereal for Christmas breakfast.
No, to be
Uh,
fair, we don't. I don't eat. I don't eat heavy. It's just
really?
meals. Yeah, Afro. A lot of Africans, we don't eat really big breakfast like that in the mornings. It's the off. It's because you know how you don't have your, what is it, ackee,
Ackee
saltfish,
and saltfish, fried fish, plantain,
fried fish,
bammy,
fried fish.
breadfruit,
Yeah,
powder bread,
yeah.
a little bit of mine.
Jesus. No, 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 no. It's not as we have a light thing, but our Like Christmas dinner is
Dinner,
nuts.
bruv. Listen,
It's endless.
yeah,
It's
bruv.
honestly endless. Like you
Talk
don't
to me, bruv. Talk to me.
split.
I need names. Name names, bruv. Name names.
Sometimes a lot of watching bread. What else? Chicken, turkey, lamb, bean sprouts, the stews. Listen, we'll be here all day. I'm just even thinking.
Ah, bruv. Listen.
Sometimes mac and cheese, cakes. Oh yeah, two variety of cakes, Ghana cakes.
How is
Two
it?
right. Yeah, we've got meat pie and fish pie.
Okay.
Brother, we just yeah, it's too.
Listen,
We,
we're not far off, bruv. Fried chicken, jerk chicken, barbecue chicken, lamb. We don't
this
really
is
do
Jamaican.
turkey. We don't really do turkey, to be fair.
We
Macaroni
do
and
turkey.
cheese, rice and peas, plain rice. We don't really now. We don't have plain rice. Got plain rice. What stuffing,
Oh yeah,
pigs
stuffing
in
as well. Sorry, I forgot.
pigs in blanket.
My mom's got pig
Obviously,
and blanket, but I don't eat
if
pork.
you don't
So
eat pork, then obviously
yeah,
it's not on your plate. But
yeah,
then obviously parsnips and
yeah.
caramelized carrots and
Carrots.
bruv, and then obviously the beverages. Obviously we've got sorrel, Guinness
Oh yeah.
punch, obviously rum punch. There's no rum punch this year, people. I'm, I'm working this year,
He's
so
retired. He's retired. So
I'm
he's
working this
retiring.
year,
So
so it's just water.
in Ghana. Obviously, Ghana we have other drinks. So we have something called apoteshi, but I'm not gonna have that.
Mm.
Um,
What is that? What is that? What is it?
fermented wine.
Okay.
Yeah, serious drink, bro.
Is it like mulled wine or is it different?
It's different. It's like Ray and
Okay.
Nephew, but with a bit more zip.
Really?
Don't
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
I'm not putting you on that because I can't lie. If you ever go on that, you're not waking up, bro.
Them ones. Them, bro, listen.
I can't do
Comatose.
that to you. Yeah, I can't.
Comatose. Now
I
I
can't
hear it,
do.
bro. I hear it. I
Obviously,
hear it.
we're not a drinking family in our house, but obviously my brother's got a little something in the cupboard.
Mm.
So he might open it up for and then what else? Yeah, that's it, man. It's just so much food. Like I said, you're gonna have to roll us.
Bro,
And like I
listen.
said,
I said,
Jamaica and Ghana, we're very similar in our foods anyway.
bro,
So
I
it's
can't.
practically
I can't wait, bro. And then obviously leftovers as well. Because I was talking, bro, I was like, how do you not have leftovers, bro? Bro, when I take food home, like that's there for at least 3 to 4 days, bro, worth of
yeah,
food
same here.
that I've
Yeah,
got
we
left,
do.
bro. I'm just like, people are like, yeah, nah, I don't have any. What?
No, we do. We have
What?
it for at least a couple 3 days, something like that.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
3, 4 days, bro. I'll be eating that till,
and then we
listen,
recycle it. Yeah,
bro,
bro.
listen, hey, if there's no leftovers, what's the point?
Yeah,
What's the point? What's the point? Oh yeah, I
yeah.
eat on the day. So what are you gonna eat on Boxing Day and the day after? Like, brother,
Because you know
listen.
it is as well. Some people, I realize a lot of people don't have microwaves as well and stuff like
Okay,
that. You
friend.
don't
But no,
want
but
to
even
do.
if you don't, you can put it in a plate, put a cover over it, put it in the oven, and warm it up that way.
Yeah,
You get me?
exactly.
There's other ways, bro. There's other ways, but obviously the most important thing is obviously family and spending time with
This is how you
family
know
and
we're
friends.
pigs.
Because they're like, people are probably sitting there like, raw, like, what happened to presents? I was like, yeah, obviously, but we're big age. It's not for us. Obviously, for the kids, watching the kids open the presents and stuff is always nice. Uh,
They're thinking that listen, this is the reason why this is why black people are always overweight and all this stuff. This is what they're
bro,
saying.
listen,
This is
like,
what they're
but
saying.
but the thing is, from this so from this time, yeah, to obviously New Year's Day, it's bruv, all
We
bets are off,
indulge.
bruv. It's cheat
Yeah,
day every day, bruv. Like
yeah, exactly.
there's no such thing as discipline. You just eat and drink until you can't no
Mm.
more. And as soon as you get into the new year, that's when it's like, yeah, look, all right, cool, back on it, back on the grind, back in the gym, back on the road, back at football or whatever sport that you partake in, to try and obviously work off everything that you've indulged in over the Christmas period, bro. But this is about enjoyment, man. So like, and obviously, I get the man them that have the discipline to like just keep the whole. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna eat this certain amount of calories over this time. I respect you, man, but allow it, bruv. The food's too good to be trying to do that, bruv. Like the food's too good for you to be having a chicken breast and 2 carrots on your plate, bruv. Like allow it. I can't. No, I'm not doing that.
God, life's about enjoying, man. You know what? You can even indulge why not even like you're not gonna put that much on weight. You're gonna have a walk anyway, so just enjoy yourself for Christmas. Like Everybody's going to. You've earned it this year, and if your
Yeah, bro.
workout routine is fantastic,
Mhm.
a few days isn't going to kill you.
Nah, 100%, bro. 100%. Like I said, it's about obviously the enjoyment of being around your family and friends, and obviously the birth of Jesus Christ. Even though
Jesus Christ.
technically it's not the birth of him because he wasn't
Yeah,
born on the 25th, but that's
yeah,
a different thing. But obviously, the whole moral around it is based off that. So that's why it's all about celebrating, whether you obviously you're Christian or not, whether you celebrate Christmas or not. It's all about getting together, enjoying the people that you are around. But yes, people. ST and I are definitely looking forward to that. But let's get back to the sport. ST. Let's start off with the boxing that took place over the weekend. Um, Obviously, we refused to mention that fight before it took place. We said if it did take place, we would speak on it after it did take place. The fight between AJ and Jake Paul over the weekend. It was scheduled for an 8 round fight. It went 6 rounds.
hmm
AJ obviously stopped Jake Paul in the 6th round. ST, what did you think of it? And this
You
ain't gonna
wanted.
take. What did you think of it?
Um, you can tell first of all, AJ was off for 15 months. It showed. Secondly, that ring was huge, man. I was
Well,
so
he took it to the limit that he could.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, was it? I think it was
It's just
22 by 22, something like that.
22 by 22.
Yeah.
It's just one size below the Olympic rings, which is the biggest sort of rings you can get.
Mm,
So it's
mm,
24 but 22 by 24.
mm.
So yeah, um, I mean, not really much to say. Jake Paul did not want to engage, which I'm not surprised about. You can tell from like I didn't really speak about this fight, but even during the interviews and everything like that, Jake Paul looked scared, terrified. We knew he wasn't gonna fight and all these things like this, and it kind of happened what was in the ring. You can tell AJ was cautious because he didn't want. I guess he didn't want to be hit with anything funny, and obviously AJ's confidence isn't the greatest at the moment due to
Mm.
all the losses that he's had. And, his last loss was a knockout loss, which
Yeah,
was to Dubois.
devastating knockout loss as well.
Devastating knockout loss. It was AJ in the end got to him, did what he had to do. However, obviously, AJ's feet aren't the quickest. I wouldn't say he cut off the ring very well, but that's not been never been AJ's game,
Mm.
so I can't criticize him too much. He did what he had to do. When he landed, hey, listen, let's just say now look, and now Jake is eating from the straw now. So he did what he had to do. He got paid for it. I can't blame him. Enjoy your money.
Listen, 100%. Like, listen, it was the easiest payday that he's ever gonna get. You will have the purists that will say this fight was a farce. It should have never taken place. Which is 100% right. Well, first things first, it should have never taken place. This should have never been sanctioned for a variety of different reasons, which we don't need to get into. But you've got the purists that will say it from the standpoint of why give Jake Paul the opportunity
Mhm.
to do this? Why make a circus out of boxing and allow him to bring his joke of a for, to allow him to bring this facade over to the sport of boxing. So I can understand it from that standpoint. But from AJ's standpoint, it's just the easiest money he's ever going to make. Do you know what I mean? This is one of his biggest paydays that he's ever. Bro, it's easy money. Like you wouldn't say no. With someone say throwing that much money at you, putting that much money on the table when you know that it's going to be a sure thing. And I think yes, when you there's nothing to analyze in the fight because Jake Paul was doing up UFC trying to do single leg and double leg takedowns and whatnot. Man was on his knees more than a prostitute on the street, bruv. Like it's crazy, and he was running scared. Obviously, eventually, then he got tired. He got tired because he was running so much. He took a good uppercut shot from AJ to be fair,
Yeah, he did.
and then AJ hit him with the 1-2. AJ didn't even hit him. He didn't hit him anywhere near how hard he could hit him. Because if AJ would have hit him like AJ hitting Garnu,
Oh, it's
Jake
done.
Paul would have went to sleep. And
You wouldn't wake up.
I get it from a certain standpoint because um, let's put this into context, people. Jake Paul and Francis Ngannou are not the same. I understand that Ngannou's not a boxer, but he is a combat sports fighter, so he knows what it takes in his field. So AJ could hit him as hard as he hit him, knowing obviously it's not a sure thing, but knowing that he probably has a higher power of recovery. Whereas,
Also, with Ngannou tried to fight, bro.
yeah,
He
Ngannou
tried. He
engaged.
engaged. Jake said, nah, because Jake saw him in the ring. He
Jake
said,
was
bro,
doing up Speedy Gonzalez, bro.
he said, this
He
is
said
no.
nope. But my point is, if AJ would have hit him the way how he hit Ngannou, bruv, it would have done some permanent damage. And I don't think you as a boxer, I don't think you want that on your conscience. I think also if he did and something would have happened where in which obviously I know Jake's got a broken jaw and you don't want that, but had something permanent damage occurred, everybody would have been on their backs because it should have been sanctioned, as I said earlier.
Mhm.
But again, if you look at it in put in context, ST, who are the winners? All of them. AJ's a winner because he got paid. He got the easiest payday in his life. Jake Paul's a winner because he can say he went 6 rounds with
And he's getting
former
bread as well.
former heavyweight. Apart from the bread, but he can say I went 6 rounds with a former heavyweight champion. I got the exposure. He didn't put me to sleep. So that's a tick box. He didn't put me to sleep, so I can go and try and do this again. Yes, people will take the piss out of him a lot in terms of the running that he's done, and it has to a certain extent proven why he shouldn't be in the ring with proper boxers, or not proper boxers, but boxers who are professional boxers that are in their peak. Um, and but still, he still kind of comes out with it head held high for getting in the ring with him. Netflix are happy because they got the views. So when you look at it on an overall perspective, they're all winners out of this, even though Jake Paul lost. Um, but yeah, I think the one thing it does do now is for now it puts a pause on this Jake Paul nonsense, and real boxers can get back to doing what they need to do. Um, but yeah, it happened. It is what it is. AJ now moves on. Obviously, ST, we saw just before the fight that Tyson Fury came out on social media calling AJ out. Obviously, AJ did respond. This has been going on for years and years and years. Is next year going to be the year that these two finally get it on? What do you think? How you feeling? Do you think next year is going to be the year that they finally get it on?
I think it is because I think that because both of them are towards the end of well, pretty much towards the end of their careers. Both of them are not the same fighters they used to be, and it makes sense. Like better cash out on it now than any other time. So I think if they're gonna fight, I think it'll be a stadium fight, the Wembley Stadium. I think people obviously still want to see this fight.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Why not? Listen, I don't want to see. I want to see this fight. At the end of the
I,
day, it's why not? It'll be
I,
entertainment, you know.
I've got no objections to it. Yes, you're 100% right. They're past their best. Over the hill, you could say. Um, they've both really got nowhere else to go because the both of
No,
them have been beaten by Usyk twice. Obviously, then Dubois beat AJ as well, who
yeah.
then lost to Usyk. So in terms of world titles, yeah, who's got that belt? What's his name?
Woodley.
So Fabio Wardley. So Fabio Wardley.
Yeah. So
What was that Parker fight for?
yes. No. So before the fight, Usyk
Yeah,
they stripped Usyk because
yeah,
Usyk had a mandatory to face Woodley.
yeah.
But then they upgraded. So, but obviously it was between Parker and um Woodley for
Yeah.
the actual title. It
Oh,
was an
okay.
interim. Yeah, so
I
it was
thought it
an
was
interim.
interim.
It was an interim.
Yeah.
But what the WBO is, whoever wins the fight, which Woodley won, is the interim champion. He got then subsequently got upgraded because Usyk
Ah,
upgraded the belt.
yeah. Okay, okay. Now it makes sense.
Vacated
Okay.
the belt because of the time stipulations, and Usyk wanted to rest a little bit
Hmm.
and fight some. And assuming he wants to fight someone else. I
Okay,
think he
okay.
wants to go for Wilder.
Yeah, he
Usyk
wants to
said.
go. So I don't know why.
I don't know
Um,
why.
yeah, but okay, okay, fair enough. So that Wardley fight is out there. So
Yeah,
when you look at it, someone else has got another belt though.
no, that's it.
I think there's
Um,
some Eastern
so
European guy with some belt.
so it was the WA World. So you're talking about Murat Gassiev who beat Pulev.
Yes.
So Usyk is still the super champion.
Mm-hmm.
And funnily enough, Usyk is this is how you know Usyk is really good. He's already beaten Gassiev at cruiserweight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, beat him by decision, easy.
Okay. Okay. So it makes sense. So you got Gassier and Wardley. So potentially, if the Fury and AJ fight doesn't happen,
Yeah,
if they both want a belt, those are the two fighters out there. Do I see AJ or Fury beating either of those two? Yes, I see the both of them beating the both of them. I know you probably
yes,
think. I know you probably think Wardley might have what from, but I don't. I don't. Like, don't get me wrong. Wardley did very well to beat Joseph Parker, but I still think AJ and Fury have weighed them more than enough to beat him.
yeah.
To be
You know what?
honest.
You know what it is with Woodley. Woodley. One thing about Woodley, Woodley has spirit, and that's the one thing I worry for. It's weird. So there's all styles and stuff. Like it depends on AJ's confidence. If AJ is confident, he could easily outpoint, outbox Woodley, but Woodley's relentless. I
Mm-hmm.
think for the two styles that the fighters that you mentioned, Fury will have no problem with it
Mm-hmm.
because he knows they're dangerous punches, and Fury is his type. If he knows that he feels that you can be, if he feels that there's a danger, and because both Woodley and Gassiev are two very big punchers, he's got to prepare accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
If it's something light or he doesn't rate you, for example, like in terms of the Anthony Joshua fight, I know he thinks obviously, but I think he thinks very little of Anthony Joshua,
Yeah, he does.
and that's what worries me. That's the reason why Joshua will have a decent chance in this fight, not because of the skill level, because obviously we know the skill level.
Yeah, the skill level, there's no comparison.
Fury is better, but
Mm.
yeah, man, it's intriguing, man.
No, it is, and listen, people, we'll see what happens um, in the near future for AJ and Fury, and obviously Usyk wanted to fight Wilder. I really don't know why he wants to do that, to be honest. But it's probably maybe it's because there's no one else really out there.
But because
Um,
he wants to do the three things, so he fought. Because remember at the time it was AJ
yeah, AJ
Fury.
Fury and
He wants
Wilder,
to get he wants to
but
complete everything, but I don't think he needs to
yeah,
personally.
he doesn't. But listen, we'll see what happens. With the heavyweights as we go into 2026. ST, another thing that came out earlier in that week, last week, was the retirement of a goat, bruv. And
Indeed.
we don't use that term loosely. Um, hey, crazy. I didn't anticipate it. Didn't
Yeah.
expect it. I know, obviously, after the Canelo fight, there were murmurs that, oh, he should retire and blah, blah, blah. I thought he would have done one or two more. But Terence Bud Crawford has retired. Man has retired undefeated. First man to be undisputed at three different weight classes. Obviously, ST, you can tell the viewers of the weight classes that he's completed. Um,
Uh, yeah. So 135. So no, sorry, 130. Yeah. So is it 130? Yeah, 135,
mm,
140.
mm. And then obviously
He won
middleweight.
titles at what
He won titles at
super
147.
middleweight, and then super middleweight,
Yeah,
all the marbles. So he's
crazy,
an amazing, like ridiculous fighter.
crazy,
In
bruv.
terms of in terms of retirement, like the murmurs are And I think this is true because he was complaining about the sanctioning bodies and paying too much money
Yeah,
recently. That was partly the reason because he was tired of because for anybody who doesn't know, when you fight in a organization, you have to pay a certain percentage of your sanctioning fees to the board so that they can sanction your fight. It's very annoying. It cuts a lot out. It's quite a big expense.
yeah,
So what happened is that obviously the WBC, who Mauricio Suleiman,
yeah,
they're basically Mexican anyway. So
yeah.
they allowed Canelo to get away with certain things and all these things like
Oh
this.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But
100. Yeah,
so they were still taxing Terence Crawford, and Crawford, I feel personally, it's not that he didn't want to fight. He was probably just tired of the sanctioning bodies taking his money,
mm,
and I think he asked to fight other people for a certain amount of money, which he feels that he's owed because he's had to grind his
yeah,
way up.
yeah.
This is the situation, what's happening, and now because of that, they're like, no, he's gotten rid of all the belts because he doesn't want to pay any sanctioning fees anymore.
Mm.
And yeah, and I think that's it, really. I think the only way he's gonna probably come out of retirement now is for like a really like funny fight. For example, someone like Jake Paul, that sort of thing.
I don't think Bud will do. I don't think Bud
I think, yeah,
fighting.
I think he would for the money. Yes, for
I
yeah,
get it for the money, but I think Bud is the kind of guy. I don't think he's got time for that for that nonsense. I think Bud would. I think. Look, I'll say this. I think Bud. I think if Boots in his next two fights world class names at 154, 154 beats him, and then Terence Terence Crawford probably at a catch weight at 157. I think we could see that. I can't see him coming out of retirement for any other reason than that. Don't get me wrong. I'm
um,
not saying that he'll never do exhibition fights, but
mhm.
I think Jake Paul. I don't think he will. I don't think he'll do the Jake Paul thing. I get it because of the money, but I just don't think that he's willing
I
to
think yeah,
waste his
I
time.
think there are a couple of fights. Obviously that I also think Charlo because I think he doesn't like him and Charlo just don't like each other.
Yeah, he doesn't like Charlo. But
Yeah,
again,
so he would
I think
fight. He'd fight like
I think any of those guys need to build, but they need to build up a buzz. They need to build up momentum because obviously,
yeah,
to get obviously Terrence out of retirement now, it has to be for big money.
yeah.
But I think if it's for big money against credible fighters like a Charlo or Boots, I think he'll do it. I think for a Jake Paul, I don't think he'll want to waste his time,
I think
to be honest.
no. He said this previously. I think on one of shout out Andre Ward's podcast. He said
Yeah,
if Jake Paul was to offer you a certain amount of money to fight, and and Terence Crawford said, yeah, I'll take it if he's offering me
we're
enough
looking,
money.
but we're
So
looking at, bro. We're looking at Floyd money, bro. We're looking at 100 mil
yeah,
for the
yeah,
fight. You're looking at that, which is why I don't think that would happen, especially now with obviously what AJ's done, the Jake Paul thing kind of dying out for
yeah.
now. I can't see that happening. But ST Bud, a lot of people have him as their goat, as their number one. Where where do you rank Bud in in your goat status? Where what number is he at? Talk to me.
Ooh, you know what? Um, obviously, I have him slightly down from Floyd. I have him
It's
slightly
funny you
down
say
from.
that because I was watching Max Kellerman's reaction, brother, and he was talking about because I don't know what Max I don't know why he hates Floyd so much that he'll never give him credit. Like I don't think that did Floyd disrespect him in an interview. Like I don't understand why
Yeah,
he hates.
plenty of time. Floyd's always cussing him.
Oh, is it?
Always tells him, yeah, Floyd always tells him you can't do your job. I think Max Kellerman's very good.
No,
Yeah,
I
but
love Max, but I just don't like Max talking
they
about
don't like
Floyd
Floyd. Yeah,
because, and I get it. Obviously, if man's been disrespecting you, I get it still.
yeah.
But like, bruv, like Floyd doesn't get the credit he deserves, bruv. But anyway, sorry to cut you off. But yeah, a few down from
I
Floyd.
mean,
What we saying?
what, three, four. And the reason
So
why I say that,
who's on your obviously people, and I know people, oh, what about Sugar Ray Robertson? What about Ali?
I'm
Like
not going.
we get it, but we're talking from a
Yeah,
standpoint of fighters that
of
we've
who was.
seen.
Yeah,
Um Obviously Ali was way before us. Sugar Ray Robertson was before us as well. Leonard was for obviously Hagler Hearns and all that was a little bit before our time as well.
Mhm.
So or we were like young kids, do you know what I mean? So we're talking about in terms of when we got into boxing and fighters that we've seen. That's the perspective we're going from people. We're not talking about all time fighters that we haven't seen. So yeah,
one or two actually. Yeah, so actually two or three because in terms of talent, I think Floyd and I think you know what? I'd say four. So
ooh,
yeah,
ooh,
you know,
talk
in
to me.
terms of talent, so Floyd
Yeah,
obviously,
obviously.
he's brilliant. This is controversial, but I know the reason why I'm saying this is not because obviously overall I think Terence is the better fighter, but because of what he could do before the knockouts was Roy Jones.
Yeah, of
I thought
course,
he was,
of course, of
I think,
course, of
I
course.
thought he was a madness.
Yeah, Roy Jones was, bruv. Roy Jones, Roy Jones before he tried to go back from heavyweight down to did he try to go back down from heavy to middle?
Yeah, to
Um,
175. Yeah, yeah, and
yeah. So Roy
yeah,
Jones before that, bruv, like,
it was nasty.
bruv, he's head and shoulders above anybody else. I
Bro,
don't care what
he
anyone
was nasty.
says.
Bro, he was
I
nasty.
don't care what anyone says.
So stuff like that. And who was the other one? And obviously his friend Andre Ward as well, who
Oh,
I
Andre
put
Ward.
highly, and
Yeah,
it's
bro.
close between.
He doesn't get the
But
respect he deserves. He doesn't
no, he
get the
doesn't.
Ward doesn't get the respect he deserves. Now that you said that, yeah, bro. I and
And the only reason why I have them
why I'd have Ward and why I agree with you and why I have Ward at three
is the
and
names.
Bud up is the names. It's the
Yeah,
names.
that's the reason why I'm saying it's
It's
the
the
names. It's
names.
not because
Yeah,
of the talent.
yeah. Because and don't get me wrong, I don't like to use the names to diminish what Terence has achieved because he could only go up against what he
Yeah,
had at the time in terms of obviously at lightweight and super lightweight like Hank and Shakur and all them man weren't around when he was going on at them weights. Do you know what I mean? So I can I completely understand it, but yeah, obviously like I'm trying to think heavyweights. Nah, because I didn't rate Lennox the way how I rated him.
I'm not including heavyweights.
Oh, you're
Like
not including
listen,
heavyweights,
also
but I
yeah,
am. But I didn't rate Lennox the way how other
but
people
even
do.
that, yeah.
If
Oh,
Tyson still had Costamato, Tyson would be up there. But unfortunately, Tyson was the biggest influence on my boxing journey in terms of me because I watched boxing because of Tyson. But apart from
obviously you got Usyk as well. He's a modern great as well. He's
Usyk
done.
is a modern great. He doesn't get any in the path of any of the four guys we mentioned. But Usyk's a modern great as well. But yeah, man, listen, Bud, Bud's definitely in top five. In our lifetime, in our generation, and
Yeah,
how
from what I've seen.
we've watched boxing, so we
I've
salute
never
him,
seen someone who could switch hit like that so comfortably. It's ridiculous.
bro. And going through the weight classes, and then people will say, "Oh, it was an over the hill Canelo." Don't get me wrong; it was a very seasoned Canelo. Um, but the way how Crawford dealt with him,
Dealt with him. Yeah.
yeah, and
Remember, he
with no rehydration clause or nothing like that, and blah blah, stepping
it
into
was
his yard and basically saying, "We're
exactly.
gonna do it
I was
this way." Like,
I was
yeah,
even saying this. Look, other fighters in their respective divisions couldn't deal with Canelo, even though Canelo was
exactly.
over the hill and still lost. Terrence dealt with him.
No, exactly. This is it, bro. Like, we gotta respect Bud, and hopefully he enjoys his retirement.
Well
Secretly hoping
deserved.
he does come out of retirement for that Boots fight. But listen,
He's
we'll
got
see.
fighting boots. I think Boots is a bit dangerous. And obviously, not saying that Terence can't beat Boots because Boots makes a lot of mistakes, even though he's very technically very good. He's just like, is it worth it to be up for it? He's gonna need
Said
a
if
real
the
big
money's there, it's always going to be worth it, bro. And I
yeah.
think that's going to be the question mark that people have over Terence is Boots is the only one. But listen, we'll see what happens. But let the man enjoy his retirement as of right now. We salute Terence Bud Crawford, brother, and everything that he's achieved in the sport of boxing. But ST, let's move on to football. Um, I got a message from one of my boys basically saying that we are haters because United have been, on his words, a good run, and all of a sudden we don't talk about United on the channel anymore. Um, which is ironic because now we're going to talk about United when they've just come off a loss.
Shout out the
Um,
boy for whoever your boy is. Thank you for watching, by the way.
yeah, obviously we appreciate it, but look, look, we're seventh in the table, 3 points off top four. Where the only team that scored more goals than us in the league is City. Joint amount of goals that scored with Arsenal. Um, but when you put everything into context, we're 13 points off of Arsenal. Now, obviously, nobody would have in their right mind would ever put us challenging for the title. Um, but I think the table is deceiving, even though we're seventh and 3 points off top four. Because when you look at how poor the league is,
Mm-hmm.
and how many teams are just dropping points every week, in a different season, we could be a lot lower in the table. But you can only deal with the reality of the situation right now, ST. And as I said, his words, we've been on a good run. I wouldn't say we've been on a good run. I would say it has been a below average run. Yes, we've only lost two in our last 11 games. Obviously, Villa on the weekend, the 2-1. And then obviously losing to Everton at home, with Everton having 10 men for about, what is it, 75 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think we've won five, but we've also drawn four. So obviously you had the 4-4 draw against Bournemouth, the 2-2 draw with Forest, the 2-2 draw with Spurs, and then the 1-1 draw with West Ham. How would you sum up this run that we've been on? Because you've got the Amarin supporters that will say it's been decent. We've been picking up points. We haven't
Mm-hmm.
fallen away in the table. We're still in a shot of top four.
Mm-hmm.
But how would you sum up this run? Because I know how I'm going to sum it up, but how would you sum it up so far?
Disappointment. If I'm
Exactly.
being very honest,
Mm-hmm.
the reason why I say this, you mentioned the level of teams and the caveat. So, for example, Man United lost to Everton again. There was an opportunity. Gay got sent off, and we were
Well,
they were
boxing his
down to
own
10.
teammate.
Yeah. He gave an African slap, but anyway, I digress. But look how long he went off around 25 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
We played the whole game against 10 men and didn't even look like scoring.
Mm-hmm.
West Ham, we dominated the match, still didn't win the match. Bournemouth, we should have been so far ahead in the first half, it should have been over. Yet, towards the end, we were lucky to get a result because Lemon saved us. Tottenham, that Tottenham team was rubbish. Man United should have beaten them. But again, we had to rely on a last minute goal from De Ligt. And this has nothing to do with systems. And this is nothing to do with Amarin. It's just the players bailing you out of trouble. We've been so inconsistent that if we are taking at least, let's say, a couple of free wins from those results that we should have won, we'd easily be in top four. We'd be closer to Man City and Arsenal. That's how. And this is why I'm fuming the results, because these are results that, and I'm not saying this is not against Man City, this is not against Arsenal, this is not even against Chelsea. The results. This is against teams that are not playing well, that we should have beaten, and we should be closer to the top than we actually are. Especially as we both know that two of our best players in Ahmad and Mbuemo are in the African nations. So we know that attacking prowess is going to be hard to come by. Now, because they're gone for a while, we're going to rely on other attacking options, which simply Man United don't have. And even with Bruno injured, it's even worse now. And the manager doesn't want to put on the attacking players that we want to see because he doesn't like them. So we're just we're in a problem, and that's the reason why I'm assuming you're frustrated. I'm desperately frustrated because we could be further ahead, but we're not. And now, for all those people who called us haters, we're just thinking of the bigger picture. We should be closer. We should have more points on the board, no matter how bad we are. This is an opportunity because, as you said, the league is so bad. Like, for anybody to pick up points, anybody to be up there. Look at Aston Villa. Aston Villa are doing what they had to do, 10 wins in a row, and look where they are now.
10 wins in a
That
row, and look how bad they started the season.
exactly. That's where Man United could be. Or if Man United took their points ahead of them. But no, because of the inconsistencies, because of the poor systems that we have, because of the loss of opportunities, we are now seventh without two of our best players. We're facing I know we're gonna go into this. We're facing
Mm.
Newcastle on Boxing Day. I honestly don't know when our next points are gonna come from, and that's scary. And it's not because it's been a good run. Even in that run, we've not played well. We've been lucky to get points, and even when we've played well, we haven't got the points, and that's rarely. So everybody needs to just take a step back instead of just looking the results at face value, which everybody likes to do, the stats generation. Watch the actual performances of the team, watch the structure of the team, and you'll know it's too inconsistent. We don't know as a Man United team which one if we will score goals, if we won't score goals. It's just terrible, and that's the reason you can call us haters. You can say, "Oh, you lot are having a good time and stuff like that. You lot haven't been losing too much." But again, we laugh at, for example, the guy with the hair. 5 games in a row. That used to be standard for Man United. Aston Villa done it twice, but we can't even string 2, 3, 4 games wins together. And that shows an inconsistent team, a bad team, a team that doesn't know consistency, no structure, and that's what's frustrating for a lot of the Man United fans. Some Man United fans like this. I'll be honest. Some Man United fans deserve this. This is what they want. They just live game by game. But
Mm-hmm.
if you see them from the bigger picture, we're not great.
Listen,
I'm done.
you said a lot of things that are true there, and I think the key throughout all of that was the inconsistency of this team. Um, when you look at it, as you said, the Bournemouth 4-4, within 20 minutes, we should have been 3-0 up.
Mm-hmm.
But people can't finish their dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And it was 1-0, went 1-1, 2-1, 2-2. Then they went up 3-2. Then we made it 3-3. Then we went up 4-3, 4-4. As you said, Lemons had to save us at the end. And Amarim nearly broke the record of us leading at half time and not losing a game. You take the West Ham game, it's piss poor performance. Such a poor performance. And West Ham could have won that one. the Spurs game where we were cruising. We were 1-0 up and cruising, comfortable, and then the manager made stupid decisions. And then 2-1, then Dillit had to bail us out. Nottingham Forest, a madness of 10 minutes in the start of the second half, where they went 2-1 up. Ahmad had to bail us out and make it 2-2. Could have won it at the end if it wasn't cleared off the line. So when you look at all of these things, the Everton game where we were so bad we were never going to score. The Aston Villa game on the weekend where we didn't play badly, but defensive lapses because ST to counteract the fact that we're joint second in terms of goals scored, we've conceded 28 goals. Only Burnley, Wolves, West Ham, Leeds, and Bournemouth have conceded more goals than us. That's where the discrepancy comes in. Because as much as, and it kind of balances out what's happened, where we went out, bought in Mbuemo, bought in Cunha, bought in Sesko, we're scoring goals, but we can't defend. We cannot defend. And this brings me to the point of back to the manager. How are we playing 3 at the back with 2 wing backs and Cass? So that's 5 defensively minded players, because obviously before Ahmad went, he was playing one of the wing back roles, but you still got 5 defensively minded players on the field, and you're still conceding goals left, right, and centre. Now, you look at we've had obviously Heaven, Euro, and Shaw as our back 3. Heaven in Europe, you can see, even though Heaven had a good game against Aston Villa on the weekend, but he didn't have a good game before that. But you can see how they're young, they're raw. It's not their fault, and it's the manager's fault to a certain extent, because obviously Harry Maguire, a Delict getting injured is a blow. Harry Maguire's been out for a while, and then obviously Maz was injured, came back into the team. Now he's gone AFCON. So it's not entirely the manager's fault that we haven't had that experience. And Martinez has just come back from injury. So it's not entirely the manager's fault that obviously we haven't had defensive experience, but it's still a problem. We're still leaking goals. And this was when we were defensive. If you look at the past 3 games, Wolves, Bournemouth, and Aston Villa, so it's been a lot more attack-minded in terms of the team. But then there's a problem in the shape. And this is the thing, ST, is that so what he's done now is he's pushed his wing backs further up, and he's now trying to do this 3-4-2-1. So with the wing backs a lot higher. The problem with that is, ST, is that you're then asking. So he's put the wing backs higher, but what he wants is them to sway. So it turns into a 4. So one will go high, and then you'll have a back 4. And then the same thing on the other side, and you'll have a back 4. The problem with that is that it seems like he's told his wing backs not to track back, and we're going to press from the front, which isn't a problem. However, when teams can bypass you with 2 passes, that's when it becomes a problem, because there's a massive hole in your midfield. So if you look at what happened against Villa on the weekend, Lenny Euro is getting dragged out to the right back position where he doesn't want to be, and he doesn't know what to do. And don't get me wrong, he could do better. I'm not saying that he's not at fault here, but the fact of the matter is, my first question is, where is my wing back? Where is my wing back trying to help him out? Now, Euro doesn't do the right thing. He gets caught square, allows him to come inside. And don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic finish from Rodgers. Both of them were, because the second goal, the same thing. He gets dragged out, looks defensively awkward, trying to defend out there. And then Rodgers scores again. But where was Dalot for both of the goals? If you look at the game against Bournemouth, Dalot again getting caught high up. I know they give the ball away. He gets caught high up. Luke Shaw gets caught high up. Now, you could say that Aiden Heaven should engage Semenyo which is what I was screaming. But where's my left centre back and where's my left wing back? Why has he been able to run 20, 25 yards and have a shot at goal unchallenged? So these are the problems with this whole, because Gary Neville came out and said, "Oh, it's refreshing to see Manchester United attacking." It is to a certain extent because we've
Mm-hmm.
been watching this diabolical team that are just sitting ducks because they can't attack and they can't defend. But the fact of the matter is that you cannot relinquish your defensive responsibilities because you're going to say, "All right, cool, we are not the Tottenham Hotspur where we're just out here to entertain. We need to win football matches." And the way how the managers set up this system, even in this new system, is still to set up to fail. When you look at the midfield, and you see how easy it is to still bypass and play through our midfield. Don't get me wrong, in the first half of the Aston Villa game, and part of it was because they were so poor, because Aston Villa
Yeah.
didn't play well and they still won.
No, they didn't.
And that's the big thing. But he tried to do the man-to-man thing, which worked to a certain extent. But once teams figure us out, it's easy. It's light work. It's easy to play through us. It's so easy. It's a joke. So there are still many, many things wrong with this team, and people will talk about personnel. And to a certain extent, you are right. We still need a lot of better players, but at the same time, you need a foundation to build off, and the foundation isn't there. So unless you have that foundation, it doesn't matter what players you put there, it's still going to fail. It is still going to fail, which is why this manager still needs to go. He's not going to be able to save us from any of this at all. And the quicker that people realize that, the better. And obviously, this is all being compounded by the fact that, as you said, Ahmad and Buemo, Mazraoui, all at AFCON, which is why we should need to pick up the points we did. Obviously, Harry Maguire and De Ligt are still out, and Bruno's obviously injured. They're talking about him being out for a month. Now, I wouldn't. The only reason why that's annoyed me is they said that Kobe's out as well, and I'm like, the one time Kobe has the opportunity, and he's out. Now, I've heard that Kobe's not injured.
That's
And
why I think he's not injured. I think
this,
he's not injured.
and this is because of what happened with his brother. Now,
Yeah.
do I have an issue with the manager doing that? Not really. But don't lie. Just say this is because of what happened. Don't say the man's injured, and if he's not, listen. If he is injured, then fair enough. But if it comes out later on that the man wasn't injured, like, why did you need to lie? Say, just say that this is a discipline reasons for what happened with his brother. But he knows he can't come out with that. And ST, this manager, and I've got Palace and Arsenal gone to penalties. This manager, the way how he talks about the young players, and don't get me wrong, I agree with some of the stuff he said. They shouldn't have this sense of entitlement
No.
that they're going to be in the team and they're going to play. No matter how talented they are, they still have to put the work in. But my issue is that, are they getting opportunities? No, they're not.
They're not.
You're
This is
only
why
you're only putting them in, as we saw on the weekend, because we had so many players out. Like, can Kobe come in for a game? Because people like to say, "Oh, the Grimsby game, Kobe got an opportunity."
He didn't.
Okay, so that's one game, and then, oh yeah, he came up against such and such. Yeah, cool. You as a substitute, you want to come in and try and make an impact, and if you can, you can. You can't. It's very rare that Kobe comes in and we're in a winning position. That's the first thing. So we're always chasing the game. We're always chasing the game. Grimsby shows you nothing. If you want somebody to do something, we always talk about the run of games. So why is it for certain players, they need 4, 5, 6, 7 games and then we'll judge them. But then for others, they just need to take the opportunity when they get it one game. It doesn't work that way because you're not playing.
Yeah.
You cannot build. Everyone talks about partnerships and relationships. How are you going to do that in just one game? Or coming on for half an hour,
exactly.
or 25 minutes? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make
It's only
sense to
people
me.
it's only people who've never played football who say these things. I'll be honest, yeah.
But some of the pundits say it.
They're
Roy Keane
idiots.
said it. He got his chance against Grimsby, and it was terrible. Blah blah. But my whole
But
thing is,
that's
and this is the thing for me, ST, because I watched Jamie Carragher do his team of the season, and Bruno is in it. Now, you and I both know, in terms of his numbers, ST, you can't deny them. You can't
yeah.
deny them. His numbers,
But
obviously, the
he's been
chances
crap.
created and all that. But you and I watch Man United week in and week out. And you and I know that he's his his games, he's been a 3-4 out of 10 in all of
Mm-hmm.
those games. But as we know, don't get me wrong, that free kick that he scored against Bournemouth, chicken zinger,
Chicken.
mad. But we know, ST, when you take the corners, the free kicks, the penalties,
You're
I'm
gonna get numbers.
expecting you to put these sort of numbers up
Yeah.
because you're taking all of the set pieces. So I'm expecting you to, and obviously we're up there in terms of set pieces scored from. So I'm
Yeah.
expecting that. But when you watch his overall performances in these games, he's been absolutely
Terrible.
diabolical. Our
Terrible.
best midfielder this season has been
It's
Cass.
Cass. Yeah.
Cass has been
The
our best
ones
midfielder, but
the
Bruno's
ones
got
you
the
want out.
numbers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Bruno's got the numbers. Now, yes, goals and assists are the things that obviously get you through in games. Cass has been scoring goals for us. He's been our best
Mm-hmm.
midfielder in terms of his overall play. And because Bruno takes everything, it overshadows the fact that he has been dodge shit in our midfield. And it overshadows the fact that a lot of the times when our midfield is getting bypassed, it is
It's because of
because
his
he's out of
his lack of
position.
it's because of his lack of discipline. That's what I'm saying.
It's because
He,
he's out of position. So this is the thing for me, ST, is that his numbers and his stats, which yes, we do need, but it masks everything else. So when we come up against the big teams, when we come up against the teams that understand how we have to play, he goes missing.
Man City this season, out of position all the time for I think for a couple of the goals, killed us. And people don't realize this
And he
about that.
gave the
People are
ball
like,
away. I can't
oh
remember who he gave the ball away. I can't remember which
yeah,
game it was. He kept, and he continuously gives the ball away and loses it, and
yeah.
then puts a half-hearted challenge in, throws his hands up in the air, and blames somebody else. And this is it. And it's not me jumping on Bruno, but I'm just trying to make people understand that the numbers and the stats doesn't defeat the eye test on what we see.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's just unfortunate that Kobe's injured the same time that he is, because I think Kobe would suit the system more than Bruno does alongside Cass. But it is what it is. But ST, when we look ahead to this Newcastle game. It's a big game. They did double over us last season.
Mm-hmm.
I think in our last, oh, I think I can't remember what it is. I think they've beaten us 4 times out of 5 in our last 5 Premier League games, and then yeah, I think it's 4 out of 5 times they've beaten us in our last Premier League games. The last one we won was 3-2. Hoylands, I think, scored the winner. Um, but they did double over us last season. Yes, they've been a little bit inconsistent, but we're going into this game without the players that we've said, and they're coming into this game off the back of obviously a Chelsea game that they should have won. Um, but a midfield that is functioning with Tonali, Bruno against
Jordan.
what we're gonna have.
Yeah.
Walter Marder's just scored 2. Anthony Gordon's back in the goals, so it's a problem. It's the only game on Boxing Day. Everybody's going to be watching, and he needs to get a result, because if he doesn't, yes, all right, fair enough. The next game, I think the next game after that is, I think we're away at Leeds. We're away at Leeds after that. That's a derby, and then the thing is that we could end up losing those 2 games, but then the pressure gets taken off because then we play Wolves at home. So it's like he
Yeah,
needs to start pulling these results out because Liverpool,
yeah, he
who
does.
we're all laughing at, are now 3 points ahead of us. Um, and if we're not careful, they could be 9 points ahead of us.
Sorry, bro. 1 second. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So I was going. I'll be back. 1 second. Just keep saying what you got
yeah,
to say to the crowd. Yeah.
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
be back.
And they could be 9 points ahead of us. So it's one of them ones where this manager is under should be under a lot more pressure than what he is, but he's managed to get away with it because of the run that he's been on. Um, and the problem now is that he may get the opportunity to hide behind the fact that
Well,
um, players are
incorporate.
out injured or players are missing at AFCON. So it's all a bit mad right now, but we're gonna have to see people. We're gonna have to see what transpires and takes place with this manager, and we'll see what happens. Because again, my man's not getting his trim anytime soon, bruv.
Oh, bro, listen, the poor brother, listen, and especially Newcastle as well. They're probably the worst team to play because Man United's problems overall, even though it's systematic, is also the midfield. I think our
Yep.
midfield is very weak.
Mm-hmm.
And as you mentioned with Tonali and Bruno,
Mm-hmm.
two very good players complement each other and stuff like that. They're going to run rings around us.
Bruv, it's gonna be
And
crazy.
plus,
Obviously, we're looking at probably Cass and Agate in that midfield. Um, yeah, which is wild. Um,
that Ugarte guy's playing against us. I can't even
oh,
lie.
Agate is, bruv, he's horrid. He's actually absolutely horrid, but
That is
he
haram
he
football there,
has to
bro.
go. He has to go in the summer. He has to.
Yeah.
He's just not it. He's just not it. And the fact of the
Bro,
matter is that you could accept it if he was putting out fires. And do you
yeah,
know what I
he's not even
mean?
doing that.
And what he's not even doing that, bruv. He's just getting bypassed, getting yellow cards.
He's just creating the problems.
Yeah, and
Bro,
losing the ball,
I can't even lie to you, bro. You'd play better than him in the midfield. I'm
bro.
convinced about it.
Bro,
And
he's
that's
dead
saying something.
food.
He's terrible. And look, you know what's made me laugh here? Look when Lataro came on. I said Lataro. Sorry,
Yeah, so
Lissandro
much. He
came on.
just looked so much more comfortable on the ball. He was passing through the lines, and do you know what? That is an option. You know, if we
No,
play
but
Cass and
Lissandro,
Lissandro, but
that would
it's going to
work.
be difficult. Only reason why I say that, ST, is because the lack of match fitness. The lack
Yeah,
of match fitness and coming back from the injuries, coming back from, it's very difficult to then put him in the midfield with Bruno and Tonali. It's going to be very difficult for him
yeah, it will be.
to deal with that. So, um, listen, but
I don't reckon he will come on.
the manager's got to find solutions because the games come thick and fast, and injuries are not an excuse. Everybody's got injuries. So he's going to have to
Yeah.
figure it out and sort it. But listen, we'll see what takes place. Finally, ST, before we run off, bruv. Um, Spurs, Thomas Frank,
Oh wow, wow, wow,
they're in
wow, wow.
trouble, bruv. So they
He's
are
there's
14th,
problems.
7 points off top four, 9 points ahead of West Ham, who are in 18th, like, which is
Bro.
crazy. Bro, he's in trouble. Like, not only are they playing dire football, but let me list you their last eight Prem games, bruv. So obviously this is going from beginning till recent. So they lost 1-0 at home to Chelsea, which they were terrible. Oh, they couldn't lay a glove on them. Then they drew with us, which we should have beat them. Then
Mm-hmm.
obviously the worst North London derby performance ever. They lost 4-1
Smoke.
away at Arsenal. Then they lost to Fulham at home 2-1 when what's his name scored that bad man goal. The Welsh youth for Fulham. Can't
Phil
remember his name.
Wilson.
Yeah.
Harry
Um,
Wilson.
then they drew 2-2 away at Newcastle, which was a decent result for them. Then they actually won against Brentford, which is crazy. Then they got beaten
Bro.
by Forest and the
Yeah.
Slovaki Shug Knight, bruv, as expressions like to call him, and then obviously lost 2-1 to Liverpool. Bro, they've won once in their last eight, lost five and drawn lost not one, yeah, two, yeah, lost five and
They've
drawn
drawn
two.
two. Yeah,
That is
relegation,
relegation form. That is relegation form, and
and they're not
ST.
even playing good football.
Yeah, and football's diabolical. How long do you think it can last? Because there are Spurs fans calling for him to be sacked right now.
I know, no, but
Do you think he can last over Christmas? Because their next game is away at Palace. Do you think
I
he
don't
can
know.
last over to the new year? Because right now these Spurs fans have had enough, bro.
I'll be honest, bro. It doesn't even look. I worry about it. I think he's gone soon. If he doesn't pick up the results. And this is, and I never usually say this, but he is really struggling. The players are not playing. Not they don't. They aren't playing for him. Let me be honest. They're not playing for him. It looks like the fans have had enough. The football's horrid. Like he seems to not be playing the right players. The system is terrible. And we knew it was going to be expensive because we knew how Frank is. But
Mm.
but again, the football was so bad. No creativity, poor defensively, and obviously individuals are not happy. Even because, for example, look at Romero, man. That guy is cracking.
Bruv,
As soon as,
he's a madman, but
as
he was like that before.
yeah, I saw as soon as we kicked out, I said, yeah, this guy's gone. I was saying you needed to take him off before, but that digress. But Tottenham are so bad. Kudus thinking I might as well become Ivorian and play for one of the other African nations, bro. It's serious, bro. It's just a waste of time. Like there's no cohesion in the football. You got Bow Wow being Bow Wow doing madness,
Man, nipping at ankles and that, bruv. Trying to take off Achilles
bro.
and that.
His own boy as well.
Yeah.
His own captain. It's dark, man.
But, listen, we always said that Thomas Frank deserved to step up from Brentford, and I think at the time, I think people were like, yeah, Spurs. Obviously, the way how they were, the way how Postecoglou and how it ended, they were happy to see him go.
Yeah,
Um, but now it's looking like a terrible move. It's looking like a
bro.
terrible
It's looking
buy,
spooky.
and bringing him in. And there are talented players, as you said. Javi Simons, who's highly rated. Obviously, Kudus, who's fantastic. They got Kolo Mwani, Richarlison. So there's talent there. So the fact that they're struggling so much, it just doesn't add up. So it's one of them ones where I'm like, I think because I think they play Palace away, and who they got after that? I think it's not a difficult game for them after that. But I think if they were to lose to Palace away and then lose the game after that,
He's done.
I think he could be done.
Mm.
I really do think he could be done. Um, and yeah, it's going to be difficult because obviously they're out of the Carabao Cup. I think yeah. So I think if they lose their next two Prem games and then go out in the FA Cup,
FA Cup. Yeah, it's
I think
done.
he's done. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
he's done because Spurs fans will understand that they aren't winning the Champions League.
yeah.
So yes, the trophy hoodoo is gone, but it's like, yeah, we want to try and win the next one. So I think if he was to lose his next two Prem games and then go out of the FA Cup, I think then that he would be in serious problems because that form right
Hy-
there.
It's terrible. But I was gonna say hypothetically, yeah, for jokes, yeah. Imagine the scenes if Tottenham ever won that trophy, that what's it called, the Champions League. Hey, listen,
Uh,
you'd have to turn. You have all Arsenal fans would have to turn off the TV, bro.
well, no, 100%, but it's never gonna happen, bro.
It's not
Never,
gonna happen. No,
never, never, never gonna
never.
happen,
We
bro.
can't.
Never. But listen, people. Finally, from me, obviously, ST doesn't watch it, but the cricket, bro, the Ashes are done. Um,
It was done already, from what I read. Free. It was already.
it's 3-0, 3-0 in the series. Um, it's
England are
over.
crap at everything, man.
England haven't managed to retain it because they both shared it after the series that happened over in England. Australia won it for 3-0 again. Um, There's not much to be said. Bazball is dead. Bazball is dead. Um, I think Arsenal just saved the penalty. I think Arsenal just saved the penalty. I can hear the missus screaming upstairs. Um, but yeah, Bazball is dead, bro. The inquest has started, and listen, I couldn't be happier, bro, because the fact that these English fans thought they were actually going to go to Australia and actually win something. Yeah, Arsenal won on penalties, and they play Chelsea in the Carabao Cup semi-final, which is going to be fun. Um, but yeah, it's all happy days as far as I'm concerned. Aussie's done it again, down under. But listen, let's wrap up there. People,
Yeah.
let us know what you think in the comment section. Let us know Christmas. What are you lot doing for Christmas? Where are you gonna be? What foods? I want to hear. I'll put your foods up in the comment section. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah,
I,
well,
wa- I,
we want to
want
hear
to
all
hear
the food.
what food you lot are going to be consuming um, over the Christmas period. Let us know what you think about obviously the boxing. What do you think about Jake Paul and AJ? Was it a farce? Um, do you think that Jake Paul can recover from this? Um, do you think AJ and Fury will happen in 2026? What you think of the Terence Crawford retirement as well? Let us know what you think about United. Are you still hammering in? Do you think it's time for a change? Where do you see Manchester United finishing um, this season based on what we've seen so far? Let us know what you think about Spurs. Thomas Frank, will he last the season? Do you think he needs to go now? Do you think he goes out as we said after FA Cup game if they were to go out? Um, and let us know any England or Australian fans in the cricket. Is it time for Bazball to be dead and buried? Does Brendan McCullum need to go? Does Rob Key need to go as well? And if you're an Aussie, are you going for the 5-0 whitewash in Australia? We want to hear from you. And as usual, before we go, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up at the same time. Share, share, share. We are here. And don't forget to join our social media pages as well. Links are in the description. I want to say thank you very much to my guy ST as usual. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, appreciate it, man. Merry Christmas to everyone. You
And
know,
100% people. Listen, Merry Christmas to everybody. Whatever you do, and make sure that you enjoy. Obviously, Christmas is a time of celebration and happiness. Obviously, if you've had any bereavements at this time, feeling any loneliness, make sure you reach out to people. Make sure you reach out to people, even if it's trying to get to a homeless shelter, and check in on your loved ones as well. Make sure that you've got them all around you over this festive period. We will be back before the new year. We will definitely be back before the new year comes in. Obviously, we'll review what's taking place over Boxing Day and the Boxing Day weekend. Also, we'll be looking back at the key moments of 2025, picking our best moments from 2025 as well. But people, listen, stay safe out there. Be safe. Merry Christmas. Enjoy your time with the family and friends, and we shall see you very, very soon. Peace.
peace.